Hi guys, I hope you're okay and having a good day. I'm going to try and keep this one short and sweet because my parents are just settling down for the night and I don't want to keep them awake. If I seem tired, I've had a double crash. I'm still not well from the cold that I had over Christmas. I'm still not over that crash, and I had my ultrasound really early on Sunday morning, which disturbed my sleep, and I had my appointment with my GP on Monday, which also disturbed my sleep but also stressed me out, but that's another story. That's nothing to do with what I need to say today, and I probably won't say anything about it either because something may come from it and something I can't talk about may come from it. But yeah, so I'm hardly doing anything at the moment, and I just got up to do this video and then I'm going to go straight back to sleep again. So yeah, let's get into it. I had my liver ultrasound on Sunday and it was really easy. It was some of it was a bit painful because well, you'll understand why it was painful when I explain the results, but some of it was a bit painful. The woman was really nice. I think it took about 10 minutes, and she just did it on my upper abdomen, so sort of below your chest but not really that far down that it is at your intestines. She checked my kidneys at the same time, even though that wasn't why I was there, and they were fine. And so I went to my GP for all my results on the Monday. My iron's come down on its own and we don't know what caused it. My GP reckons an infection, but I'm not convinced. So that means I don't have the genetic condition, because it would have gone up and up and up and up. If I'd have had the genetic condition, it would have been worse. So I don't have the genetic condition hemochromatosis, which is good, because otherwise I'd be going in and out of hospital all the time. My lung issue has resolved itself, which is great, and I'm still waiting for the appointment for my ECG. Excuse me. I'm still waiting for the appointment for my 24-hour ECG, and he's going to chase that up. And he's referred me for my Botox therapy again, because there was a problem with that before that it shouldn't be a problem now. And unfortunately the iron has done some liver damage, so I have mild liver damage, which is what's causing the blood not to clot properly. But that's going to take a while to find out why that's happening. Kind of to do with what happened with my GP on Monday. Basically, he's not taking things seriously that he should, and that's all I can say about it. I can't say anymore. And yeah, so I will be changing GPs. I can say that much. I will be changing GPs, and I will make sure that my new GP sorts out my blood issues, and other issues that my GP wouldn't consider, yeah. I suppose I can say a bit. He basically is trying to tell me that my weight issue is purely down to calories, nothing else, even though my CFS, my chronic fatigue syndrome, my polycystic ovary syndrome, are both conditions that cause weight gain, and he won't take those seriously. Instead of trying to treat the causes of the weight gain, he's making up and assuming that I'm eating 24/7 when I actually in real life have a tiny appetite. So yeah, I want to lose weight, but the way he wants me to lose weight isn't going to work because of the conditions I've got. Excuse me. And I've had other problems at the GP surgery as well, so I will be changing doctors, but that's probably all I can say about it. Literally, I've probably said as much as I can and maybe a bit more. So yeah, the most important thing is I don't have the genetic condition. My iron has come down, so it's not going to damage my liver any more than it already is. I now have blood clotting issues because of the damage to my liver, and I'm waiting for the investigation for my heart issue. As soon as the heart issue is sorted out, I'm going to stock up on medications and then switch GPs, and that will give me time for when I go to my new GP to have a new patient appointment, so that they can get to know me, and then hopefully then I can sort things out like my PCOS. I can get in with the chronic fatigue syndrome specialist again, and hopefully I'll get referred to a gynecologist for my PCOS, because the doctor refuses to refer me to a gynecologist, which is actually quite dangerous. So yeah, those are the plans so far, and hopefully I'll get further blood tests at a new place to determine the cause of my bleeding problems, because the bleeding issues I've had are like I've been having nosebleeds, which I've never ever in my life had before, bruising like crazy. I used to have like a little kind of waste paper bin by my bed that I used to put I used to split my rubbish between regular household waste and recycling, and I had like a little waste paper bin at the side of my bed in front of my regular bin for like the recycling stuff. Well, when I was getting out of bed, I was rubbing my leg on it, and I ended up with like 2 golf ball sized jet black bruises. That was well out of proportion in terms of bleeding. I don't think it's not big enough to see, and the colour probably you wouldn't see it, but I've got a bruise on my hand from where I pushed a pen on. You know, like the little clicky thing on the end of the pen. I've got a bruise from that, and it wasn't excessive. I did have, I think it's gone now, I did have a bruise from leaning on my hand on my pillow because there was a crease. If I knock my elbow on the door handle, which is a regular thing for me, I end up with huge bruises. And when I went to to have my blood test done, the woman actually said, "Are you on warfarin or aspirin?" because my blood wasn't clotting. We sat there for like 5 minutes trying to get my blood to stop, like trying to get the where she put the needle in, trying to get it to stop bleeding, and she had to put like massive gauze on it. So that's the bleeding issues. So once I've got to my new GP, we'll sort all that out, and yeah, so that's the update. But it's like bad news and good news. So yeah, but I'm going to be going to a new GP because the ones where I am not very helpful. They've been a pain in the backside to my dad as well, and I don't think my mum realises it, but they're not helping her with an issue that they should be helping her with and taking more seriously. So I'm going somewhere else, but it's one that has been recommended to me by somebody in my chronic fatigue syndrome support group, and she said they're really good with people with chronic fatigue syndrome, and they really listen to you. And when I went on their website, there's like more services and stuff, and they're bigger, and so hopefully I'll be able to get further with things. So yeah, I'll be switching GPs. I'm actually looking forward to it because it seems to be more like the GP that I was at before I moved. So I think I'll get on better there. So yeah, but yeah, good results. My liver is damaged, but I don't have the genetic disorder, so I'm really happy.